Oh, hey guys, me again. I'm just laying by the fire with my ladies on the shag pile carpet. And we are listening to Allaby Bedders in bits. It gets them going.
Ah, Mark. Paris.
The smells, the sounds, the sights.
So, Allaby Bedders are heading over to Paris on the 26th of January.
Bonnet de douche.
We'll be playing at Auditorium at the Batafar Paris nightclub.
It's good to be très bien.
And we'll be playing for Remy, who is a lovely chap. We've both known him for many years, haven't we?
Absolument.
And I tell you what, before we do this feature and potentially offend the entire city, I have to honestly say, and I've been saying this to everyone for years since I've been playing out in Paris, it's my favourite place to play in the world.
Literally your favourite, yeah?
Yeah, it's my favourite out of every city in the world.
I must
it's my
say,
favourite place.
over the past few years, I've really started to get the itch to want to play there, so
Mate, the crowds there are awesome, unless they've really lost the energy in the last couple of years, because I haven't played there for a couple of years.
Where would it go?
Where would it go?
So, yes. So I figured, as Paris is such a beautiful city and so much to do there, so many sights, so much art, so much culture.
Sure.
Great food, great restaurants, great shops.
Great wine.
Great wine.
Lovely women.
Lovely women. Probably a bit offensive, that one, what I just said, but
Stop apologising.
I figured that it's a good idea maybe that we can come up with an alternative guide to Paris, various things that you and I can maybe do.
So this is a guide. This is a guide possibly to what we might be doing in Paris.
Exactly.
I'm touched that you've done this research, Mark.
Well, you know, I think you've got to make an effort in a relationship, and I think that's what makes these things work.
You're a strong man.
Thank you.
Okay.
Right. So, are you ready to hear about the fun things that I found for us?
Please.
Okay. So first up, you ready?
Yep.
It's pretty awesome. La Cimetière des Chiens.
What is that?
Which is basically a cemetery for dogs and other pets.
Not the most romantic thing.
A little bit cynical of you, but whatever. You know, those people love their pets. Little French poodle.
I'm not super impressed with the beginning of the date.
Paint the scene. You and I, we've just had a little lovely meal in a lovely little boulangerie. We walk along the cobbled streets of Paris.
Yep.
I don't know if they're cobbled.
I don't either.
And
is it?
And I say, right, taxi, take us to the pet
That's
cemetery.
the same anywhere in the world. Taxi,
What?
isn't it?
Yeah, taxi.
Yeah.
Take us to the pet cemetery. And what's your reaction?
Yeah, I'm not overly impressed, I don't think.
Okay.
Could we move on to the second
I predicted
station?
this, don't worry. I've upgraded.
Brilliant.
After that, we're getting in the cab. We're whisking over to Le Ballon de Paris, located in Le Parc de André Citroën Rue de la Montage. It's basically a hot air balloon that takes you 150 foot above the rooftops of Paris. Now, obviously great if you don't suffer from vertigo, but what it will enable you to do is see the tops of people's roofs.
I'm not good with heights.
Not good with heights?
No.
Okay, move on.
I'm scared.
Moving on. Here we go. This is, to be honest, the highlight. So
the highlight of the date.
The Paris Sewer Museum.
Keep talking.
Well, you had me at sewer. The museum covers the rich history of Paris sewer system and all its delights, including pipes and a 5-ton flushing boat in what once was the main sewer line between Place de la Concorde and Pont de la Mare. So sewers, right?
French sewer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Okay. Now, one thing I didn't warn you about, Matt, I mean, you've been to Paris.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've experienced this before. It's called Paris Syndrome.
Okay. So,
It's
Paris Syndrome.
A genuine... You're spilling beer everywhere. What are you doing? The people of Paris are going to be shocked if you do that.
Why?
What should we do?
What should we do?
What should we do? Just get a tissue.
I don't have any tissues.
Oh, wipe it on your trousers.
I don't want to wipe.
Oh, God. Can we go back to Paris Syndrome, please?
Yeah, can I guess what it is?
Yeah, go on.
Is it when you're in Paris,
Yeah.
you've eaten too much cheese,
Yeah.
and
So you basically cheese sweats.
cheese sweats? Is it something to do with cheese sweats?
No. Paris Syndrome is a transient mental disorder exhibited by some individuals when visiting or going on vacation to Paris as a result of extreme shock derived from their discovery that Paris is not as good as they thought it would be.
That's a lot of pressure on Paris, isn't it?
Yeah, the syndrome is characterised by a number of psychiatric symptoms that such as acute delusional states, hallucinations, feelings of persecution, prejudice, aggression, anxiety, and also manifestations such as dizziness and sweating.
That seems... Yeah, it seems to me that that's a lot of pressure on Paris because it is this great, wondrous city of the world.
Sure, but clearly it's not as good as they thought.
Well, Mark...
I haven't heard of London syndrome.
No, that's true.
Right? Sorry, Parrot, by the way.
But is that because London's a bit shit, or is it that...
I guess people just expect London to be shit, and they're quite pleasantly surprised, I guess.
Yeah, that it's not.
So yeah, that was Paris. I mean, I hope... You're happy with the itinerary I've mapped out for us?
I mean, a lot of it was toss, but...
What?
Yes, I'm very, very happy.
Okay, can we stop this mental music now?
So, well, I'm very much looking forward to going to Paris now then.
Yeah.
I just hope, hopefully we don't get the old, what was it, Paris syndrome?
Paris syndrome. Well, you, me, matching dressing gowns in a French hotel?
Yep.
I don't know where I'm going.
Keep talking.
Maybe we could order room service?
All right, let's stop all this waffle and actually play something that people actually want to hear, which is some bloody good music,
I
Mark.
think we should do that. Right, so this is a track coming up from, I guess, one of our favourite characters in the scene, Mr. Klopfgeister. Du hast wegen wie man lebt.
Well done.
Love you.
Love you too.
Now, of course, back in the 1920s, your grandfather and I would sit around the record box in the dining room and listen to all of the classics and have a dance. These days, of course, things have moved on. We enjoy very much listening to EVP on the Wild Things because he plays massive psychedelic forest beats. Killer!